Why do I hate Halo 5's campaign? Let's get into it. Ru- First reason, the writing. Starting off with, like what is kind of the main reason people don't, at least obviously one of the main reasons why people don't like the writing of Halo 5 is like because like the characters don't seem all that memorable, especially, especially the new ones like we're introduced to, like most of Fireteam Osiris, like Locke, Tanaka, and Vale. Although there are some aspects of them that are pretty cool, though, I gotta admit. Like the fact that Vale can speak the Sangheili language, which that part's really cool. I dig that part, but in that Tanaka was kind of raised on a colony, so that typically aren't fond of the UNSC all that much. But besides that, in Locke, he was a former Oni agent as Halo Nightfall, introduced us to him. But that's the thing. You kind of have to go outside of the games to kind of get a better understanding of the story. So, and most casual Halo fans are not going to do that. They just play the games, and that's a problem because that I think that's also why they kept saying with Halo Infinite is that it's could it be for brand new players or new series or veterans like me who are coming back to the Halo franchise. So I mean, I played every game and I liked them one way or another. 5 was the multiplayer for me, but that's unrelated though. See, like kind of like right there, as Chief is still mourning mourning the quote unquote death of Cortana. Not Locke, but Fred and Kelly are talking about like Chief's at what is Chief's mindset right now. So saying that Fred doesn't think he's fine, and Kelly defends Chief, saying, or it was Linda who said it. I don't know, I can't remember, who said it, but saying that he's fine or whatnot. But like he was just going mission after mission, like no break. I mean, you could kind of get where he's coming from. He was trying to take his mind off of Cortana, so because at the time he thought, like all of us, is that she was truly gone. But as we know now, that's not the case. So we'll see what happens, I guess, in Halo Infinite with the whole creator thing, but I'll get into that later. Next up, character development. This scene right here is a perfect example of where, like where they could have fleshed out Locke's character, because as he brings up to Buck later in this cutscene, that Chief is part of the reason why, part of the reason why he became a Spartan in the first place, because, Chief inspired the new, Spartans like Chief inspired the new generation of Spartans, but they don't exactly, explore that, unfortunately, because this scene right here, like, kind of would have, explained a little more, like, who Locke is as a character, that, for those who don't do the outside stuff, like I mentioned before, it would have been perfect for them to get to Locke more and sympathize with him and Osiris a little bit, but they decided not to. And, hold up.
Every other Spartan, every soldier, when they hear about this, they're gonna hate us. You know that, right?
You're not the only one here because of him.
Bam! Right there. Bam! Exactly what I was just talking about. Period. Locke brings up that, Chief essentially inspired him to become a Spartan, or is the reason that Locke is even there in the first place, because I believe during the Covenant War, the Coveys probably attacked one of Locke's home colony, most likely, and probably thanks to Chief, saving Locke's life, and that kind of inspired him to join the UNSC or Oni, since he was an Oni agent before this. But that's kind of my point, is that they don't explore the backstory of these brand new characters so people could get to know them better, and they didn't. They did not do that for some reason. Why is anyone's guess, really. But anyway, next. Boss battles. This was another reason, because they were very repetitive. Like, it was a weak attempt at boss battles. Like, Halo's always had like a weird history with boss battles. You know, Halo 2 and Halo 3, for example, too. But Halo 5's was really ridiculous, considering it was the same boss. Not one, not two, not three, but 7 times across multiple missions in the game. For example, in Genesis, you fight 2 bodies of them at once, and this one, that's 3. It's like 7 or 8 times, I can't remember, because I forgot about the 7th mission, so I forgot to account for that. So that just kind of makes it even worse now, actually. So, because I know I was wrong on that one. That's kind of my point. There was such a really ridiculous, repetitive nature to boss battles in Halo Infinite's campaign, so, not Halo, but Halo 5's, because of that. So, that just made people so freaking tired and just want to move on. Or, if they had enough, they might just give up on Halo 5's campaign because they hated it so much. So, which I totally understand, because it's so monotonous having to fight the same character over and over and over again across several hours of maybe 8 to 10 hour campaign. So it's boring, very repetitive, and that gets people really sick of it. So I totally get it. And this is right here. This one right here is in my opinion, I think many others, like where it butchered Cortana's character as a whole, because it made no sense to bring her back, and second of all, it also made no sense to make her a villain. I know Bungie originally had that idea on Halo 1, because in the original script for Halo 1, as most of you probably might not know, she was originally going to become power hungry due to interfacing with the systems on Installation 04. But during development, Bungie cut that idea out, and I guess in a weird way, 343 took that idea and put it in here. I think there was probably a good reason why Bungie decided not to. So, and it's really unfortunate that 343 decided to, because I know I heard rumors that there was some kind of late story rewrite in development of Halo 5, which makes sense because. And another thing, it did not match the marketing that we were told. Remember How the Truth, anybody? Enough said with that. So it would make sense why, things turned out enough the way they did, because, like, previous stuff that we've heard, and seen from, like, the trailers and Hunt the Truth, it made no sense in terms of what the story actually is in Halo 5. So. And also the whole creative thing, the whole AI rebellion, like that's kind of a trope in other forms of sci-fi media. So, and it's a shame that, Halo kind of followed that, but I am glad that they decided not to, just ignore it, because I think that would set a very, very bad precedent for the game, for the series as a whole, if they were just, fully just ignore it and move on from it. Like, I just hope, I'm just really glad that they didn't, because that would be a terrible idea. So I'm very happy that Halo Infinite is kind of gonna finish up that story, when Halo Infinite comes out. So, and finally, conclusion. I think that the reason I show Halo Infinite footage in this, and something about Halo 5 is because I kind of want to hit the point, is that, just by the trailers alone, like, you could already tell that there's, like, better writing and better character development with Chief finally coming to terms with, that he kind of has to now live through that reality that, he's being paired with a completely new AI. A new Cortana model as him and Cortana feared in Halo 4. I've talked about that before. But I'm glad that they picked that up from Halo 4, and like I said, I think Halo Infinite is the sequel that Halo 5 was supposed to be, the sequel to Halo 4. But anyway, that kind of wraps it up for this. I just wanted to give an explanation about why I hated Halo 5's campaign, and I hope it makes people understand why I do. So anyway, that's the end of this. So please like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think, share the video around, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.